We are in bed with books. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Bethany. If you'd like to find us outside of wherever you're listening from, then you can find us on our website, inbedwithbookspod.com, on Instagram at inbedwithbookspod, and find us on YouTube for video versions of the podcast and bonus episodes.
So let's jump right in. So this is it.
This is
Not
it.
the
We're
end.
here.
Yeah.
Episode 24. That's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking for a second, I thought, like, are all of our episodes just an hour? I'm like,
No.
If someone were just like
2 hours or more sometimes.
Yeah, an hour, hour and a half.
And I have never asked you if you ever edit out like full points or like conversations at all. It's okay if you do. I completely trust and relinquish control over that because I don't want control over the editing of episodes. But I always wonder, I'm like sometimes I'll be listening and I'll be like, did she include that? But then it like comes up later and I'm like, oh yeah, she did. Like,
I feel like I should edit out some stuff.
Yeah.
But we talk so up and down and back and then forwards twice over and then all over again.
We're not linear at all.
Not at all. Like, I'm like, if I cut this, then I kind of have to cut that other bit, which means that I'd have to like really try hard to edit the two bits together because the other bit even made sense there, but it kind of connects.
It creates like more work. So you're like, whatever, it'll be an hour 45.
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever, it's going to be 2 episodes this time. I don't feel like cutting. I also think that everything that comes out of our mouths is pure gold.
Absolutely.
It's probably not, but I think we're a little biased on that.
Yeah.
But also I don't think we are, and I think it's right. And we are the Midas of words.
When we're saying it, we're like, this is the best thought I've ever had. And then when I listen to it on my way to work the next day, I'm like, fuck.
I'm like, do I even know what I'm saying? I feel like half the time I just black out and like words come out.
You're like, I'm not in control anymore.
Yeah, like I let the spirit of academia possess me.
Yeah. And
just do what it will. Like I am your humble servant. Please make me sound smart on the internet.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, okay. So this is my favorite wine. And every single time I try a different wine, I'm so saddened. But it's Dark Horse Sauvignon Blanc. And
I've heard good things about Dark Horse.
$6.99.
Damn, nice.
That's fine.
Yeah, we love a bargain.
Yeah, usually I'm like a Pinot Gris bitch, but like
I knew it was coming.
I'm like Liz Lemon when she's at the bar and she goes, Pinot Grigio. Like she's super funny. I love Liz Lemon is like my spirit animal. But
I'm drinking mead.
Good. Yeah.
I feel like I just really want to say it.
I love how you're like medieval about it.
Yeah. I'm literally drinking it in like whatever
like
the fuck these are
horn.
called. I can't remember now. Yes.
I
won't be telling you the brand. Maybe I will. Okay, I want to preface this by saying I don't do dry things very well. So if you see me making like the kind of like sour face, like alcohol face, it's because it's just dry.
And it's just awful tasting.
But it tastes actually pretty good. I'm just such a baby about alcohol. I'm used to like vodka and a shit ton of sugar. So, this is Grenfell Mead, Valkyrie's Choice.
Cute.
Yes. The amount of money that I spent.
It looks very Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It was around the time that I was like in the pandemic getting back into like my Lord of the Rings obsession that I started seeing them like as ads on all of my apps. I eventually caved because it was the pandemic. Like the center of it, like no one's going anywhere. You smell like the same thing you ate 3 days ago, kind of like level the pandemic. But because I spent the amount of money that I did, they also sent the cup, which is pretty great. Yeah. I mean,
That's super cool. I love that.
like I said, like the face does not reflect the quality of the mead. It affects, or it's like reflective of my own abilities as a person
To consume
to
anything
consume
that's
dry
not
alcohol.
vodka and sugar.
Yes, yes, yeah. Or tequila.
Hmm.
Whew.
I've been blessed. Yeah. You
I'm
okay there?
sorry. I'm good. It's just dry.
I've been blessed. I never get a hangover from drinking wine. I mean, call it a blessing now,
Yeah.
but later in life when I have liver disease, um, if I have gin, which I love gin, but if I have one gin drink, I'll have like a headache the next day, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And I'm like, this
Yeah.
is what everyone feels all the time after they drink, and I'm just like,
That's what wine does to me. That's why I
Yeah.
don't drink wine.
yeah.
Um, Wine's the only thing that's really, really fucked me up. So,
Yeah.
but alas.
I do miss tequila.
See, I
I don't
never got the
drink
bad
hard
experiences
alcohol a
with
lot.
like tequila. Like I had my bad experience, like my bad alcohol experiences with wine. I really lucked out because now I can save money getting drunk. Nice. Put on a show.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Okay, so our plan for today is to get progressively drunker while we
Yes.
talk about some of the books that we read this season.
Yes. Season 2.
We're gonna, yeah, season 2. We're almost done here. Yeah, we're just gonna start slow and ease into it. Okay, so
Okay, so we want to talk about top
thank
fives,
you.
but we're also like ranking.
Well, we're getting kind of a
I
ranking.
feel like we
yeah.
ended up I remember last season we like came in with a plan and like kind of did something different.
Because we got drunk that time
yeah.
too.
And we were like, but there's more than one that we like. So
Yeah.
so we generally rank probably top threes.
Yeah.
And then we might throw some fuck Mary kills in there. So
We might. We'll see how we're feeling. We'll see
Yeah.
how we're feeling.
we will feel that.
We will. Yep. Yeah. I'm already ready for it, but yeah.
Yeah. But we should quickly review the books that we have read.
Yes.
So
So that way
I think
we
that's a good
remember what
idea.
we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to like look. I had to like
I've got
look
it
back and be
written
like,
out
what's
here.
that person's name?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the first book we covered was King of Scars by Lee Bardugo. The second book was
sequel.
Rule of Wolves. And then we did the Gothic episodes, but then we went into A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer Armentrout. And then the next book we read was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. And then we might throw in like Frankenstein and Wuthering Heights characters, but
yeah,
we want to kind of emphasize the YA, right?
Yeah, and so we're not gonna even do any of the books that we talked about in the Gothic episode or the Wollstonecraft episode.
Yeah.
One, because I read most of the books for the Gothic episode, which is fair. It was like my lecture episode. And two, it'd be really awkward to throw in like real people from the Wollstonecraft episode. Like I can't really say that my favorite sex scene was like Mary Wollstonecraft and William Godwin because that'd be weird.
That'd be super weird.
Yep.
Well, since we've already mentioned that.
Yes. So back on to the fiction.
So, okay. Real quick though, we decided to do top male main characters, top female main characters, top sex scenes / close encounters of the third
because not all of our books had sex scenes.
Yeah. But also we forgot top side characters.
Yes.
And top villains. If we get there, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's going first?
Oh, hold on a second. I can spell. Let's start with top, or like with our like ranking the guy MCs, main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who have we got here? We've got Ikdos slash Ash. We've got Nikolai, the King of Scars.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Carden. I always have to remind myself that Jude is not the guy
Mm-hmm.
because of like the Beatles.
Yeah. Well,
So
Milo
there is
told
always a
me
second where I'm like,
that they wrote that song after a girl, but I was like, no, they didn't, and
I don't think
know.
so.
Who knows? Maybe he's just talking out of his ass. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe it's about a girl and John Lennon's son.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a double entendre.
Oh, it is John Lennon's son, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Julian.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
so King of Scars has some other. I feel like there's a lot of main characters in that. Although there's Nina and Han, but they're both girls. So
I think generally because it's King of Scars and Rule of Wolves, like Nikolai is the King of Scars. So I would say he's like the main character.
Yeah.
I think all the other ones are just like elevated secondary characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so my ranking is Nikdos, Nikolai, Carden.
Okay.
My reasoning being that like Nikolai seems like he'd be like a lot of fun. It's definitely really close between them. He seems like he'd be a lot of fun, but I also feel like he'd get annoying very quickly.
Who?
The king. Nikolai.
The king. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
The former king. Whereas like I think I could deal with Nikdos's like pity parties a little bit more because it's definitely like it's breeder energy, which I'm about.
Yeah.
I'm about that. So I could handle that a little bit more than I could handle Nikolai constantly being like the class clown.
Yeah. And Carden third.
Because he is an asshole. Like it's not even like I could find him being annoying. Like I find him annoying. I love him, find him annoying.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I have a slightly different variation.
Okay.
Nikdos, Carden, Nikolai.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nikdos, obviously.
I feel like we don't even have to really explain it.
I don't even have to explain why. Like,
yeah. If you've read the book, you know.
Yeah,
you
no.
know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know.
But Carden, so Nikolai, I've just never been really one for like the showy types.
Yeah.
And there's something about Carden yet. Like, yeah, he's an asshole, but like I'm kind of holding out for like redemption.
Yeah.
And I kind of like he's kind of like secretive. He's not sharing a lot. He's mysterious, and I find that intriguing.
Real quick, are you, as you're thinking about this, are you thinking about like attractiveness? Because that, like, I realize we didn't really clarify that. 100% that's what I'm thinking of when I'm ranking them.
Oh, attractiveness.
Yeah. Like how much I would want to fuck them.
Well, but see, is that a physical thing or an emotional like attractiveness, right?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, are you just like so not into the tail?
I love the tail. I think the tail actually adds points. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it still goes back to those first few chapters. I will say this is that like I thoroughly enjoyed all of them, like the male main characters this season. There isn't really one that I dislike, because I know when we talked about Cruel Prince, I even mentioned the kind of like the I didn't see him as being redeemable at first. It took a long time for me to see that in the book. I think
Mhm.
Holly Black handled it very well because now I love Carden.
Mhm.
He's still last on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
That's
I love the
interesting.
tale.
I I feel like Carden would have been like your type or something.
Not for
Maybe next
that.
season, maybe next book.
Maybe when we see more, like yeah, like now
We
he's
really
no
didn't see
longer
a
an
lot.
enemy,
Well,
huh?
we saw it. We really didn't see a lot of him. And
Yeah,
what we did
yeah,
see of him was through Jude's like perspective. So it is kind of difficult. Like I kind of see the I'm kind of like I said holding out because I feel like there's more to the story that we're going to find or that he's just going to like I guess I want to see the good in him.
yeah.
And I kind of want the
You
assholery
shouldn't
to
do
like
that with the
work in our
fairies, though.
favor. What?
You shouldn't do that with fairies, though. That's why also why
Right.
I'm skeptical because I'm like, the second I start liking you too much, you're gonna do something terrible.
But see, he's already done something terrible, right?
Yeah, and I know that's why I don't trust him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also very
Um,
firmly going based on like current, like just what we've currently read. I do anticipate him
yeah,
improving as
yeah.
a character, and I'm really excited to see that. So,
Yeah, we really didn't get a lot of him. I think out of all three of them, he's like
mhm,
the most mysterious, the one we don't know enough about. Um,
yeah.
like I agree though, like Niktos is very much like he's not like you kind of think of like you kind of think back on him as being this almost simple, predictable, like romance male, but
Hmm.
he's actually really complicated.
He
And I
is.
kind of love that.
Yeah.
Um, and I we don't need to go into why, but like,
I
I
think
mean,
we will when we hit our close encounters category.
counters.
Because that is what I'm thinking about right now. Because I firmly
Mhm.
agree. Um, but I think our close encounters discussion will shed a little bit more light on that.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's jump into the women. The women,
Yes.
women,
The women.
women.
Okay, so who do we have? I'll go through all the women this time. So we have
Yes.
King of Scars, which is Zoya.
Hmm.
Do we need to mention Nina and Han or no?
I think
They
so because they
are
kind
they
of
more
led that
side
second.
or
Let's
are they
let's include
side?
them inside.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel
Um
like the main plot is still that Zoya
yeah.
and Nikolai.
Yeah. Um Shadow and the Ember. What's her name?
Serafina.
Sarah. Oh yeah, she was cool. All right, and
Hmm.
then Jude. Okay. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. All right, I'll
This
go
is hard.
first.
They are all so strong. Yeah, please go first.
Okay, so Jude.
Top.
I just fucking
Okay.
loved her. Not
Nice. Okay.
and I don't want it to seem like oh because it's like the latest one I read, but like definitely she was just so different from other MCs that
Hmm.
I just gravitate towards her more. Sarah has like uh a lot going for her as well. Um but but there wasn't anything for me, I guess I felt like Jude was a little bit more unique
Hmm.
and more like distinct distinct distinguishable
Yeah.
of an independent like woman. And then Zoya definitely had a lot of I'm not really ranking, am I? I'm just kind of talking through them. I'm
That's fair.
talking through it.
Talk through it. Yeah, you
Um,
got to talk through it. Yeah.
yeah, Zoya is definitely interesting. But so she's one of those people, if she was like a real person, that I would not be able to stand.
Yeah.
She just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
The fact that we get to like read behind like what's going on and stuff, she becomes she becomes bearable. But I would just be like, I'm out. Like if she were ever in the room, I'd be like, can't. She's so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I would rank them, like that. I think
Jude, Sarah,
and Zoya.
Okay. Who? You make some valid points on all of them. My first one is Zoya, which I think we could expect. I really enjoyed Zoya because she kind of had this like former gifted kid trying to figure it out kind of shit. I really liked that her storyline in this duology is that she's kind of trying to figure out who she is without the Darkling in this new way. And not just like her personally, but where she stands within their kingdom. And so I loved when she was learning from the saints, and he was like, stop thinking so small. You're limiting yourself by thinking by like their dogma. Think outside of that and you'll be more powerful than you know. And I love that she gets that whole thing.
Yeah.
It felt very like liberating.
Yeah.
Because like I'm one of those classic, it's such like a meme on the internet now, but like where when I was younger, I was considered like a gifted kid. And then like as I got older, I got so bogged down by that that like when we met in the Masters, I mean, it was pretty much breaking me by that point. And so I loved seeing her break through that.
Yeah.
My second would be Jude. And before I even explain the why, I would like to again reiterate that I loved all of these women.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. So this isn't that like I didn't like Sarah. This is just like Sarah is just slightly below, just like by a fraction. What I loved about Jude is the line where she's like, I'm not going to be as good as them. I'm going to be worse.
Yeah.
I love that so much. She just like embraces that chaos because that's what she lives in. I love that. I'm very, in case it wasn't clear, if you've listened to the other episodes and everything, or if you haven't listened, I'm very like pro feminine anger. I'm very pro like
hating,
rage and pain and like getting to experience those kinds of things in books. And so I love that Jude is like, actually fuck all of you.
Yeah.
And watch me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. Because we don't get to do that a lot in our everyday lives. Like if you do, you kind of need to seek help if that's what you're going around and doing.
Yeah.
But because I am also like at the same time very pro like kindness and love. I don't think these things are like exclusive. They're not mutually exclusive, but like you got to give space for both of them.
Yeah. I think it's nice to be able to read someone doing it.
Yes.
And you get to kind of have that release.
Agreed. So then the only reason I'm putting Sarah at the bottom is because something out of her control, but it's because she was like meant to assassinate Nyktos. I think she still needs to be punished for that. And if he has to do the punishing, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
As long as we get to read it.
Read that. That's fine. We'll read it. We'll read him punishing her. Yes.
Yeah.
Our voices shake.
Quivering.
Yeah. I'm
sorry.
That's interesting because I like what you said about, those are the characters that you gravitate towards, which is like the anger and like the retribution, right? Like,
yes. Yeah.
That's really important to you. I've noticed is like retribution. And just like, and
I enjoy like when you get female villains who get like revenge. That's fun. But there's something genuinely so satisfying about retribution. Like that there is a distinct difference between like retribution and revenge.
Yes.
Retribution is so nice.
Yes. Yeah. I I don't know. I'm kind of interested in like what kind of characters like I
You
gravitate
you
towards.
like the ones who like seek their personal power. So like
Like
Jude.
build up. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like
Yeah.
Jude's whole thing is that she's like showing that she's worth it,
Mm-hmm.
but not by like not necessarily by their standards. Like she's using
Yeah.
this their own system against them kind of thing. Like she is earning her place
It's
above them.
but she still defines it, which I
Yeah,
like. I
yeah.
I like Jude too because I like that she is descending, and
Mhm.
I think kind of in a different way than kind of what you said, which was like, oh, like she's like kind of to like get back or like whatever. I just like that she does it like I like the part of her descending that is just shameless, and it's just become like she's just defining who she is through it. Like
Yeah.
that's what I love. That's what I love. Like, and I like this need to break what other people's idea of what is good or what is
Yeah.
ambitious or what is successful. And it's
Well,
just
I
that I
also
need.
one thing that I've thought about Jude before, because one of her big kind of recurring internal thoughts throughout The Cruel Prince is about whether or not she's still like human in the internal sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like that we get to see her, like her dissension is very much rooted in this accepting of fairy and like the invisible rejection of like human morality, like the
Mm-hmm.
humanness. She constantly has those lines where she's like, I would never fit in the real world, in the human world now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go back. And so I do like I agree with you. Like I love that we get to see her not bogged down by the human sense of right or wrong,
Mm-hmm.
because it is also like so it's such like a gray concept. And so that's another thing that I think Holly Black does really well by using like the fairy lore and fairy myth and like legend and everything, because it's this very explicitly amoral
Mm-hmm.
myth,
Yeah.
amoral kind of like fantasy that she gets to explore that in.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the part of fantasy that I just love,
Yeah.
where we get to step outside of like moral norms and like
Mhm.
explore a different code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. Like that's what fantasy is about,
Yeah.
is like exploring the new. So
Yeah.
I love that she's done it the way that she has.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case anyone needed a reminder that we are much more into the Cruel Prince than we ever anticipated.
Yeah. Yeah. I've already got the Wicked King.
Nice, nice. That title does not like excite me very much. It makes
With
me a little nervous.
with what we've already established about you and Carden.
Yeah. And like you and your hope.
My hope.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be like very fairy, right? Gonna tell you one thing and be a different. That's what I'm hoping.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
What's next?
Real quick,
Go
real
ahead.
quick, going back to like the characters that you wish or that you wonder you gravitate towards. You also really enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
Nina and Han, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that is like a pairing that really exemplifies that kind of uh quest for like personal freedom
Mm-hmm.
outside of like the
Yeah.
system. So I think that's what you go for.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Yeah.
love it.
Like,
I love it when people tell me things about myself.
yeah, same. Feel free to always tell me things about myself. Only good things. I do not
Same.
take constructive criticism.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will cry. I will cry. Okay. Okay. So now
Do we
the
want to
moment we've
do?
all been waiting for.
Yes.
Close
Quick.
encounters.
Quick.
Wait, what? Quick?
Sorry.
Yes.
Do we want to do like do we want to do the announcement at all
Ooh.
halfway through?
Yeah, I don't know if we're halfway through, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we might have been. I looked at and it said like an hour. So
Oh yeah, no. Let's say we do it.
okay.
Well, we're still
Maybe you
like,
can edit that part in though, because that was cute. And then sorry,
Yeah.
there's a lot of editing in this now.
it's gonna be a fun time. It's
Okay.
gonna be a fun time.
Okay.
It's okay. But yeah, so quick announcement. And this is at the moment just a podcast exclusive.
Podcast exclusive.
Ooh. We are going to be doing a giveaway on our Instagram.
Yes.
We're going to be announcing it later this week. So this episode is coming out on January 17th. Later this week, we'll be announcing it on our Instagram, and we will be pulling a winner for the giveaway on January 24th. The reason we're announcing it early here is because you guys have the possibility of getting an extra exclusive entry into the giveaway.
And how do you enter, Melissa?
So to include this extra one, all you have to do is email us at our email. What's our email?
It's info.inbedwithbooks@gmail.com.
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay. I think that's it, right?
I don't know if that's the pod or not. Fucking
Oh,
pod.
yeah.
We need to tell them what they're getting though before we tell them.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Yep, I was right.
Okay. So info at info.inbedwithbooks@gmail.com. So what you'll have the opportunity of winning is a hardcover version of Jennifer Armentrout's latest publication, A Shadow in the Ember.
Yes.
Our favorite book from this season.
Yes, our favorite book, our favorite Nyctos.
Yes,
our favorite
our
book.
favorite daddy. I mean,
yes,
that is a quote from the book. They call him Daddy Nyctos, so that wasn't me.
Yeah, that was the other guy.
Yeah. So all you have to do to get this extra entry is email us to this email and tell us who your favorite love interest from a YA book is, or I guess just any book. It doesn't have to be YA. Your favorite love interest from a book.
Yes.
Just
email us at info.inbedwithbooks@gmail.com. Your favorite YA, any book love interest, and you will enter an exclusive entry. Yeah.
Yes. So in the email, make sure to answer that question. In the subject line, put giveaway entry, something like that. Yeah. And include like an Instagram handle or something.
Yeah, we'll tag you.
Yeah, we'll tag you. And because technically the giveaway is going to be happening on Instagram, it'll just make it a little bit easier for us to manage who's sent in what.
Yes.
So make sure to include an Instagram handle if you have it. If you don't, that's totally fine. Just also let us know that.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Good luck.
Good luck. What's our next top, Melissa? What is it?
It is sexual
encounters of the
/
third mind.
Close encounters. Yes. Not all of the books this season have sex scenes. In fact, actually only A Shadow in the Ember has sex scenes.
Yeah.
So we went with Close Encounters because the other ones, I think I was saying this earlier, King of Scars and Roll of Wolves, which we have actually said this before, is very like gothic, very, very 18th century style, kind of like interactions and vibes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like hands touching and like long gazes and literally like reading poetry to each other. So we want to make sure to include those because those are very much like the sexual content for those books.
And the Cruel Prince didn't have any sex. So
no, it had some making out, which was fun.
Close Encounters.
But Close Encounters.
Yes. So all right, I will let you start.
Okay.
So do we want to go back through the scenes? Yeah. That's true. Do we want to go through all the scenes? It's kind of what we did last time, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
we can start.
King of Scars.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
We've got, there is like, I'm going to kind of lump King of Scars and Rule of Wolves together because we read them so long ago that I can't really see the line in my head. The scene where Zoya is strapping in Nikolai, because he's got the beast inside him and they have to like chain him up in bed so he can sleep. Because stop making that face. Stop. It's not even necessarily the chains that are doing it for me. It's that like in the scene, I can't remember what order this is in, but in the scene, one of them is thinking about like how much they care about the other one. I think it's like the scene when it happens is actually Zoya's point of view. And then we hear about it again later because Nikolai is also talking about how he cares about her, thinking about how he cares about her, but then also thinking about how much he wanted to ask her to stay.
Yeah.
So that's why I would include that one in a close encounter.
I will also include the scene, I think it was the second book, or maybe it was the end of the first, I can't remember, when Zoya takes off and shows her back.
Yes.
And it's Nikolai's point of view. And he's just like struck, you know?
Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah. Very intimate moment.
It's like, and then like, there's like a fire going. It's like very,
yeah. Very good scene. Then we've got from, I think this one is from the second one where they're coming back from getting all of that. I think it was like iron or something. And they're at the hull of the ship. And he just asks her to marry him because they didn't get enough of what they needed. And he's like, this is the end. I'm going to ask her to marry me. And she's very much like, shut up. Stop.
Oh yeah, the one where they're on the ground and they're laying next to each other.
They're in the ship, but they're laying down. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, it's like super casual and like they're just like bantering like they do. And then he's just like, you should marry me. So
yes. Sweet. Yes. And she's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But inside, you know that she's like, ah. Yeah.
That's cute.
And then when he follows her out to her secret garden, where she plants a plant for everyone that they lose, because he holds her.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an embrace.
There's
clear.
It gets pretty raunchy.
Pretty close encounter, if you ask me.
It's pretty explicit. It's like a full hug.
It's more than fingertips, ladies.
Ooh, leave room for Jesus. Ooh. And then there's one more. Sorry. After my bangs are like kind of growing out, so I'm just gonna take care of that. Yeah. After he surprises her by announcing her as his successor and then kind of like abdicates, they're alone in that room and he kneels in front of her. And it's not like a marriage proposal or anything, it's just they're just talking and his response is just to kneel in front of her to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Which is like, what a simp. Ooh. Gosh.
Okay, so those are from the first series.
Yes.
The second series, the next series would be A Shadow in the Ember.
Contain yourself, woman.
Okay. So there's the forest scene where he like fingers her.
You mean where she fucks his hand?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Next to the lake. And then go ahead.
The first makeout scene, if we're including close encounters.
Oh yeah. God, so Armentrout's really good about this. Just getting right to the
Yep.
steam. Mhm.
Yep.
Where it's like, why is this strange man just holding me against the wall? And I'm not complaining. Like, we're not complaining about it, but like
Yeah.
we also don't understand why it's happening.
But
But
she
we're
does a
like
really good
here
job
for
of it
it.
not feeling like out of place.
Yeah.
I feel like her justifications are usually really, really good.
It I agree. I do think though there is like a level of this is a romance book. Like we
Oh
just kind of
yeah, yeah,
have to
no, for
we
sure.
just kind of have to roll with it and we're here.
100%. I
We know
like
what we're getting into.
I've just read some romance this year where like the scenes feel so forced
Mm-hmm.
that like the justifications are
Yeah,
so off that you're like,
it
this
doesn't
girl
feel
needs help.
forced. Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't feel
exactly. Yeah.
forced. Yeah.
She's very good at that. She's very good at that.
So there's that
Which just
one.
helps with the whole experience, I feel like.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Hmm. So we've got the makeout scene, the lake fingering scene.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We've got you want to keep going or
Well,
we've
what's
got the bathroom scene where he dries her off.
oh God. No, he washes
Because
her hair.
well, yeah, and then
And then
afterwards he dries her off and
yeah.
he's
Oh
like being all
yeah.
careful. He's like going between her legs and she's like, we're gonna have sex. And then he's just like deuces and like leaves. That one left me with blue balls. So I can't imagine how like this fictional character must have been feeling.
I forgot about the bathroom scene. Yes. And then okay. And then there's the one where there is a small encounter that needs to be addressed, which is the one where they're like walking in the hall and he like puts her against the wall and it's just like says something along the lines like when I fuck you, like it's not going to be nice kind of thing, which is so exciting because this is why because we've only seen nice.
Yes. Yes.
And so we're like, ooh, like yeah.
That was like part of that line is also because she's accusing him of just being attracted to her, like, or not really being attracted to her, just kind of like out of duty because of how things played out.
She's like
And so he's also like,
or whatever.
yeah, he's also like, what I feel for you is not duty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, saying duty like 4 times. It started to sound like
Poop.
not like your duty. I'm sorry, I'm 12.
Well, if we were British, it would be called duty.
Yeah.
Which helps. So let's just we can just
for that word.
blame it on our American accents.
And my like Midwest still coming through and making me slur everything.
Yeah. The Midwest and Melissa's really going to come out tonight.
Probably.
The next one though is I just had to mention that because that was
it's important. A good one. It's like the chains with Nikolai and Zoya where it's like technically not sexual,
but it's anticipation.
But like it's the build up. It's the build up. It's one of those things very much leading up to that.
Yes. So the next one is he's in her room. She's on the bed. And it's the that's it scene where he fingers her and tells her to sit still. And then she does, and he goes, that's it. That's a good one.
The build up for this couple is so slow, especially because like they go kind of like from 0 to 100 or like maybe like 0 to like 90 and then they bring it all back because suddenly their relationship has changed because he's had to go claim her as his consort. And so they kind of start at 0 again, but even further back because they aren't kissing yet. It's just like pushing up against the wall. It's washing her hair and drying her off and then like just barely like raising her kinds of things. Like,
yeah,
not explicit, but still like intimate.
Yeah.
And so you know what's possible between them. And so then anytime like even these smaller encounters are happening, the anticipation is so high.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because you're like, you don't know what's going to happen because you don't really know where everyone stands.
yep.
So the next one would be his blowjob.
Yeah.
You really liked that one.
I did like
it was
that
a
one,
good one. It was a good one.
It was. In terms of blowjob scenes, that one was thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for me.
Okay, and then the
sex scene. The scene.
Which is in 2 rooms. It's in the bathroom and then it's in the bed, his room.
Yeah. It's in his suite. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
More blood sex.
Yeah. It's yes, because blood sex. He bites her because he needs it. I just had
and
a
then
moment.
He just bites her to show dominance.
Yeah. Or yes. Or like skates her neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it's described is very animal.
Yes.
It's like he's fucking her from behind. And then he's like, he's got his teeth, he's biting her, but his teeth aren't in her. He's just biting her to hold her still.
Yeah.
Which is like it's pretty. It's a pretty animal thing to be doing.
Your eyes almost popped out of your face.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever watched like Animal Planet. That's what like lions do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I think we know which one's my top scene.
Yeah.
From this season.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Flip my bangs back.
Yes.
Okay, so your top one is okay, but specify the moment because there's a lot of sex in that sex scene. So just like
it's the moment that she's getting fucked from behind and he's biting her neck without biting her fully.
Yeah. Okay, can I tell you the line that got it for me?
Yes, please do.
Oh, I wish. Do I have it? Do I need to? Oh, it's up there. It's what it's like she described it. Okay. He comes. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was a hoarse like yell or something like that. Like it was like a HOARS.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember him neighing. Like,
I mean, animal, right? No, I don't know the description of his like the sounds that he made.
Just like, yeah,
was like did it for me. I was like, fuck, and then I had to like go reread it. See how we got there again. Like,
yeah,
it was good. It was good. Yeah, I liked it when she bit his thumb, and then he just got like it just reached
like flipped a new level for him. Yeah. He was like, I didn't know I liked that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do really like the way the scene started too, because she just like drops her robe and she's like, you told me you were gonna fuck me.
Yeah, you promised.
Yeah. Baller move.
Yeah.
We love a girl who goes for what she wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that is my top. Real quick. So Cruel Prince, the only close encounter that I would argue we really get, because a lot of it is the bullying between them at first, is the kiss in the office. I do anticipate that in the next book we'll get more like intimate close encounters like we did with like Rule of Wolves. But the reason Rule of Wolves works is because, or like the King of Scars duology, is because we're coming in when they've already established a relationship. Yeah. We need to see Jude and Carden establish that a little bit more.
Exactly. I think
I do want to give it an honorable mention though. It's not in my top, but I want to give it an honorable mention because her, upon finding out that like Carden just can't stop thinking about her, she's just like, fuck it. And she kisses him.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's the cutest thing.
Yeah, I feel like she fell pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like, which I was excited about. I think what I really like about Jude and Carden, I have really high hopes for them.
Mhm.
Um they're I have a strong feeling they're going to be one of my favorite couples, but we'll see. Because I
Okay.
do think there's something like there's definitely like reading between the lines like on their relationship. Like you can definitely see
Mhm.
like a really fun, intense dynamic like
Yeah.
establishing, like coming out of like the abuse and the
Yeah. For both of them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
so because they're both in shitty situations.
Yeah.
Like she comes from like a lower place, he comes from like a higher expectation place, and like they're
Mhm.
meeting in the middle and like trying to like forge
They've
something.
both
So
got like they both have to prove something to themselves,
mhm.
which I like because they are also both strong.
Yeah,
And so we'll
yeah,
get to see them kind of shape that together.
yeah. And I really like that it's called The Cruel Prince and the Wicked King, because it's not gonna be an easy road.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. I like that there's going to be a lot of grit. Like I need
Mhm.
grit. Like we can't
Yeah.
just have honey and sunshine rainbows. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. So honorable mention for that because we
Yes.
also have high hopes for where their encounters are going to be headed.
Yes.
So then I think my second is the blowjob scene.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the blowjob scene. Because that was around the time too that she was kind of realizing, at least in her language, not quite like consciously realizing that she felt more for him. Like by that
Mm-hmm.
point is when she's
Yeah.
like, why does he have to be so good? Like, how am I supposed to do this? He's such a great person. This is
Mm-hmm.
like a terrible situation. Why am I here? And so her response is like, you know what I can do to like ease
Mm-hmm.
my own conscience? Suck his dick.
So something we haven't mentioned yet is that she's experienced and he's not,
Yes. Yes.
which makes this dynamic so much more rich. Like,
Yes.
so by her giving him a blowjob, it's like you're
It's
experiencing it with him. Like he's
yes.
having his first like
Yeah.
blowjob, and that's like super fun and exciting. Like,
It's kind of like it's void of some of the power dynamic that happens when you have like a non-reciprocated blowjob like that.
mm-hmm.
Not that I think that like every sexual encounter has to be completely
Yeah,
reciprocated 50-50, but that like when you're first starting out, like you kind of do want to do that
yeah,
like with a partner because you're trying to navigate new waters. If you start out unbalanced like that, then there's like no reason for things to progress in a healthy way.
yeah,
So having him be less experienced, I feel like does kind of flip
mm-hmm.
that expectation of like power within the relationship because it's not just like her submitting to him at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's her like offering something to him.
Mm-hmm. And I do think by it's almost like by him giving so much, you know, his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a new life, saving her from
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like it almost feels like gross that like you know you kind of I don't know what am I trying to say
What feels gross?
like I'm saying like it just feels like not it feels out of balance. It doesn't feel
Oh yeah, yeah.
like where do I stand in this relationship? I'm just gonna be this like vessel that like takes, you know, like as Sarah, like I would want to feel like, oh, like I can contribute to something. Like
Especially that because that is like a big problem she has too, is where she's like, what do I do now? Like where do I go? She just like she'll try to like
yeah.
talk to the others and they're like, I'll follow you. You can't go
Yeah.
here. You can't go
You're
here. You
just the
can't go here.
consort, you
Yeah.
know? And
And
then,
it's
and
not
I
that they
guess,
think down, but
sorry.
because she's human.
Yeah,
Because she's human, that
exactly.
makes like a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
She has to be
think
babysat.
part of the role of consort has implications, right? Like she's
Yeah.
supposed to be the one that's pleasuring him. And I
Yeah.
love that that's like not something she starts off doing at all. And she
Hmm.
kind of has to like build herself up to, which is
Yeah.
good.
Agreed. Especially because in their previous encounters that were more explicit, it was very much just trying to please her. It's like the lake scene.
Mhm.
Nothing even happened to him. He
Well, she
just did to
tried
her.
too.
Exactly. Yeah.
She
She tried and
tries.
he was very much like, keep those over there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, not
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
Um,
he has his own intimacy issues, which is interesting. It's interesting to see. So you have, okay, real quick. There's this dichotomy between Castile and Poppy,
and them.
where and them, which is with Poppy, the intimacy is sex.
Yeah.
With Nyktos, the intimacy is trust.
Yeah.
It's not sex, which I
Yeah.
think is so refreshing because I think we need to remember that sex is not always intimacy for everyone or trust for everyone, you know.
Agreed. Agreed. And like for Poppy, it makes sense because her abuse, like the emotional and mental abuse that she went through, was very much tied to her body.
Yes.
The inability to talk or touch to people, the literal like physical abuse she went through from like the asshole lord that was her like not father figure, but
the Duke or whatever.
Jailer. Yeah, the Duke. And so like Castile helping her with that is very much like her connecting to her own body. She doesn't even know like her powers really.
Yeah.
Because they forced her to keep that inside. And so I love that for her.
Mm-hmm.
Would not make sense for Nyktos and Sarah. For Nyktos and Sarah, that earning of trust for both of them too.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue, and not that you're not saying this, but like that the sex as intimacy for Castile is just as important as Poppy, because Castile was like physically abused as well, sexually even abused. And then for like Nyktos and Sarah, they both have to earn that trust. They both have to learn how to trust as well.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And so that is like
what I'm like starting to realize too is like kind of to talk a bit about Poppy and Castile is that they both experience like physical sexual trauma on different sides. Poppy being that which is a very like singular, like traditionally female way of being like abused, which is you don't get to desire, you don't get to own your body. You have all of these expectations about what your body does, what you do, how you act, that influences her sexuality. Then you have Castile, who's like, it comes from like a more male. Yes, he was used, but we don't really know, we don't really get to see the inside of that, but it seems of his like abuse, but it seems that the way that it is expressed with Poppy is that he just needs to, that's how he expresses himself is through sex, whereas she's like kind of the more like timid idea of it. And so it's an interesting way where Castile uses sex not as like necessarily intimacy, right?
As affection.
As affection, and Poppy kind of shows him that it can be, and like that's how you get close to her, because she doesn't do it without intimacy, because that's she's been shown, oh, this is my pure cherry, right? Like
well, kind of like thing. Every inch of her has had to be hidden.
Exactly. That it's like it's an incredibly intimate encounter for someone to like
every time they touch from the very beginning. Agreed. He's kind of like he's learning that he can do it that way again.
So then by being with her, he's realizing, oh, it can be like this intimate trust thing. And I think that happened. That was the cave scene.
Yep.
Right. When
Yes.
after
He
Castile fucked.
Yes. Yes.
We will always go back to the cave scene.
Italics. Yes. Yeah. It's uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. My third scene is the secret garden scene in Rule of Wolves.
Yeah.
Because it was just like a very quiet, intimate moment for the both of them. They didn't have anyone around. Because like in the other scenes, when they're in like the castle or they're in a carriage together or they're like in his bedroom or something, like they have the walls are literally like the presence of the kingdom that's like keeping them apart. Whereas when they go to the secret garden, it doesn't exist anymore. It feels like this own separate place. And so they can just hold each other.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was a really sweet moment between them.
Yeah.
I think that was like the turning point in their relationship.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, I'll just say mine.
Yes.
We've kind of already talked about them, but I'll rank them.
Yeah.
Number 1. The horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
The sound that he made when he came.
Yep.
And then that's it. I love that because he later says that about his horse, and I'm still into it. I'm like still okay.
That's why when you said he made a horse noise, I was like, "What?"
It's gonna bother me. Can I just?
Yeah, go for it.
Can we?
I'm repositioning my legs, so
I have it bookmarked.
Good.
A horse shout.
Read the full sentence. I want the full sentence.
Yeah, I know.
If you have to read the whole paragraph.
I won't read the whole scene because we'll be here all night.
Yes.
Then he took me. He claimed me in a way I hadn't known I wanted to be claimed. His body pounded into me, frenzied and raw. Release hit me, sending wave after wave of pulsing and spiraling pleasure through me. I cried out as my head kicked back against his shoulder. His hand finally shifted then, thrusting the mess of curls out of my face as I shook and spasmed. He followed me over the edge with a hoarse shout. His incredibly large body shuddered all around me. Yep.
I feel like we might have to cut that. Is that like legal to have?
We don't have to. We don't have to.
I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we definitely should. We should be prepared.
It won't be in a reel. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, we'll leave it out of the reels. Instagram can't hang, so.
Or TikTok. We're on TikTok now.
Oh yeah, we are on TikTok now.
I started sharing stuff and we've been getting views, so.
Nice, cool.
Oh, I know. We needed to kind of.
That's a good one.
It was the horse shout.
The horse shout.
Like, I can hear it. And that just told me everything I needed to know. So that's number one.
I like the visual also of him like moving her hair. That's always great during sex when a guy moves your hair.
Yes.
Or a girl moves your hair.
Yes. Yes. That's my number 1. My number 2 is That's It. My number 3 is I really what sticks out to me is it's not Jude and Cardin's kiss, but it's when she's watching his hands trace the map. I was like, because me and my map obsession, if you didn't know, I'm like,
it's not even his hands, it's the map.
It's the map with hands on it.
Yeah. That's a good scene too. Or a good shot, a good snippet.
I like it because it's almost like this reluctance she has to liking it.
Is that the scene too where she's like, the problem with kissing somebody is now every time you're together
you're just waiting until you kiss. And that's what I loved. Yes. Because it felt very like that teenager feeling of like, oh, when's it gonna happen?
You also, like in a movie when like someone is staring at like a body part, like a hand or like a muscle or a chest, and then they look up at the face and the person is looking at them and they're like, that's what that scene felt like as well, where she's just like, she's checking out his hands and then she's gonna look up and they're gonna make eye contact and she's gotta like, what a nice wall.
Yeah.
What a great ceiling.
Yeah.
That's wasn't looking at anything else.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. That's what it feels like, that kind of cute, awkward, realistic stuff.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. Shall we move on to side characters?
Yes. This season had a plethora of side characters.
Really good side characters.
Yes. I'm going to write some down while we're going.
Okay.
Start with the first series. We've got Nina and Hana.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, what's her name? The okay. Shadow Shadow and the Ember. It starts with an E. Sarah's sister-ish, half sister.
Yes. Is it also no? Is it also Taryn?
Taryn, that sounds right. What else?
Yeah, but that was the one from The Cool Prince.
I'm gonna throw in
Esmeria.
Oh.
I think they called her Ez.
Oh, weird. Okay. I'm gonna throw in Juris and Grigory.
Nice. I like that. Okay.
Because I was like, what do they fit under? They're side characters, even though they're saints.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were really cool.
Agreed.
Esmira.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Me either. Let me pull up the page and see if like there's a nickname that we listened to more.
Because she was nice. She had the little gal pal.
Yeah. We had plenty of lesbians this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciated that. Fucking fell in love with Nina and Hana though.
I know. You really loved them.
Really into them.
Yeah.
That would have been
a really sweet relationship.
That was another encounter we could have included, was when they woke up together naked.
Yes.
And her mom found her.
I think we do get like the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like cut to the next scene and it's like, we woke up. I think I said this during the episode too, but I'm going to say it again. I love that even though Hana's mom walks in on them, the only thing that she has to say to Nina is,
just make
it's
sure,
not unheard of.
Yeah.
You just got to be discreet.
Just make sure you're safe. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
So good.
Is there any other side? Oh, wait, there's Nektos. The dragon guy.
Yes,
yeah,
Nektos.
I loved him. And there was some other gals, I don't remember, like the servants and stuff that were kind of nice. But also Nektus's daughter.
Jadis.
Nektus and Jadis. Okay. All right, here we are.
The only other one that I would say from that one, from Shadow and the Ember, would be Io, who is the lady's maid, goddess, future goddess of love.
The one that like first like makes her feel comfortable. Yeah, that's kind of who I was talking about. Like there's that other gal.
Yeah.
She's the one that like was really like they all went down.
And she was the one that was like, what's he gonna do? Like, what's like, Niktos gonna do to us?
Exactly. Like she was the one that seemed to have like power that you didn't realize.
Yes.
A little bit, standing or whatever.
Yeah, like household power. I'm gonna guess that she's the one who's kept the household together, because Niktos is kind of like disorganized.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's good in terms of like really prominent secondary characters.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, oh, we need one from Cruel Prince.
Oh yeah,
Taryn would be one.
I like Vivi.
Yes. I would say that the ones that are with Carden are technically villains.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
can
like
include them in the
Nicasia
villain,
yeah,
yeah, category when we do that one soon.
yes.
Okay, so from this list, who are your top three?
Um, I really like Nina and Han.
Are they your top one or your top one and two?
My top one. They are
Okay.
one.
Yes.
Um, I also like God, it's hard. They're just all good.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
I have to choose?
Yes, you do. If you don't, one of them's gonna die.
Are you trying to kill me? uh, okay. Okay. I will say Joris and Gregory can be number 3. But
Okay.
but this is a high 3 because I really enjoyed Nina and Han. Nectis and Jadis, I really like their role. I think Nectis has like and I've kind of mentioned this before, like I just think because they're going to continue to be side characters.
Yeah.
Whereas like Joris and Gregory, like we don't know like what they're doing now. So
they're free from their earthly bonds, I guess.
True. Yeah. Nectis and Jadis, like I'm kind of interested to see how like Draken's whatever is it Draken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of learn more about them since they seem to be able to shift.
Yeah.
But I love how like Nectis is like is like just very aware of like everyone's bodily needs and like can smell things and stuff. I just think it's so cute.
He's a very
I smell rot. I
yeah.
smell infection. Gross.
I can smell arousal.
Yeah.
He's a very like grounded presence.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that about him. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm gonna say my top is actually Io.
Mm-hmm.
Because like she comes, like you said, like she comes in there and she's the first one to make Sarah feel like she's at home. She tries to get her clothes. She tries to make sure that she's like fed and bathed. Not that like Sarah's not an adult and she can't do those things for herself. She very much can.
Mm-hmm.
But Io recognizes that this is like a full ass castle full of people that she does not know.
Mm-hmm.
And so she may not know who to ask to like get bathwater. She may not know who to ask to like run out and get new dresses. So Io just comes in there and she's like helping her out from the get-go. She's very, very hospitable. Like the classic kind of like
and also stands up. Like there's moments where she's just like, no, we're doing this, you know, like and you're just like, oh, okay. Like so she kind of takes charge. She knows she has the power. She has like that seniority.
Yeah, agreed. So she's my top.
Mm-hmm.
And then Juris and Grigori, because they deserve so
I'll
much
let
better.
you have that. I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, like Juris is fantastic. He's a great teacher for Zoya. And then Grigori is just, he's a gentle soul. And as much as like it's sad that their lives had to end the way that they did, you also know that like their fight is over. Like it's this kind of bittersweet, like solemn almost, that you don't really feel bad, but you feel sadness, grief.
Yeah.
You feel grief. Wow.
Yeah.
So profound. But yes, like an accepted grief. And then my last is Nina and Han.
Yeah. They were just fun. They were just such a nice balance. Something
they were,
another like storyline.
Yeah.
To follow.
The fact that like Nina was able to work through her her pain with Matthias from the original or from Six of Crows is great, and the fact that she helped Hana get to live the life that she wanted is also fantastic. So I love them. I love their storyline. Another one that like ended on a high note, even though it's kind of sad because they don't know if they'll ever see Nina again. But
yeah,
it's the future she wants.
yeah.
I also love the line that Zoya has about like how Nina just can't keep her hands off of the Fjerdan men. So I thought that was funny, which is it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to put in a request that instead of villains, we do our top dads.
Yes, I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So I've started with a list of 3. Feel free to add any more that you'd like. What?
I just love that dads is a category for us.
I think it
would
dishonest with myself if we didn't include it. So
Joris,
I think it's just got one from each, one main one from each. But again, I'm happy to add more to this list. So yes, Juris, Nectus, and Maddock.
Not Nictus.
He's a main character. He's a main love interest. So
I know. I just hoping. What was it? Juris, Nectus,
and Maddock.
Oh yeah, Maddock. You like Maddock?
I do like Maddock.
I like Nectus,
mm-hmm.
Juris, Maddock.
Juris, Maddock, Nectus.
Yeah. You like?
So that's my order.
You really like the severe.
I do. I like the severe, but like still caring.
You like the severe with good,
with a good
not
heart.
Morals, conviction.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah. I think the only I love all 3 of them. The only reason Nectus is like a little bit lower than the other 2 is because other than seeing him fight, we haven't seen him action wise. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's not necessarily like a player yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's a presence, a very comforting presence, but
yeah. So I chose him first, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I like the private.
Yeah.
And he's there in the room,
mm-hmm.
licking wounds and making sure people eat and telling them they smell like cum.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, sorry, that was gross.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So
I mean, he's looking out for everyone. I like that. He's like the Nelly.
I was gonna say that.
I really do like that. I realize I'm very much like a private in our like public private kind of connotation of like the domestic or just like someone who's like really close. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Juris, because he's just like really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really waste a second. He's just like, I'm training you now.
Yeah, he's patient and he pushes you where you need to be pushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he knows too. He's like, stop thinking small.
Yeah.
You are not small. Stop thinking small. Even though other than like, I guess the fate of those 2 being the ones to show up to their like time prison, there's no reason for him to think that of her. He just knows.
Mm-hmm.
He can just feel it. And I love that about him.
Intuitive.
Yes. Yeah. And then I love that Maddock like just raised these 2 human girls out of duty. But he still actually cares about them.
After killing their parents.
Yeah, after killing their parents. But there is that line, and I love this line, when Taryn is asking if she can still marry what's his face? Locke, yeah. And he's like, yeah, but I think both of you are too good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which is a lot coming from a fairy to two humans.
Yeah. Is it clear? Is it clear why he killed their parents?
Betrayal, I think.
Vivian was his.
Yeah.
To just kill him?
So she was pregnant with Vivian when she left. She faked her death and then started a new life. I think it was just betrayal, anger.
Right.
And then, of course, like, if we were to step into his shoes for a second, let's imagine that you have been searching for your ex-wife who you did not think was your ex-wife, but your dead wife. And then you show up and she's made a life with this other former servant.
Yeah.
And your nature is to kill. So now you've done your nature, and then you look over and there's a 12-year-old and two 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, after like the smoke, after the haze is gone, you're probably gonna look at those kids and then be like, oh fuck, like what did I just do?
Yeah. And then he like didn't use compulsion on them.
Yeah, he let them cry out their cries. He never really treated them terribly.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I really enjoy him for that reason. And Redcap, so he's a Redcap kind of fairy. They are known within like lore for being violent. They're not the kind of, not that you want to stumble upon.
Well, and he's the general, so it makes sense.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's not that you want to really stumble upon any fairies typically, but Redcaps are particularly violent. And so that's also just like true to his nature. So like you've got his nature, which is violence, versus his person, which is
right. Like his natural inclination as a Redcap to be violent does not mean he can't then also be
like a caring father.
Caring, yes.
Yeah. And they really, so Holly Black really frames it odd as well, because you get a lot of instances where the life he's built around himself is very much like a protective force. So he's protecting the girls. He's protecting his wife, who was a former lover of the dead king. He's protecting Oak, who is like the bastard child of the former king. And so he's built this kind of like hodgepodge family around himself, just making sure that people are protected from like the violence that court is known to do. And I love that about him as well.
He's like, oh, people can only suffer under my violence.
Yes, yeah. Which is also like another Redcap thing, where it's like it doesn't feel as good for him when it's not like his own acted out. Yeah. He can't see the justification, I would say.
Yeah.
Which would be an interesting kind of, I don't want to say case study, but I guess case study of his character.
Yeah.
Versus like the violence that the others act out.
And
his opinion of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. We also will see more of him. So
yeah. Okay. So those are my top dads.
Okay, should we do a really quick fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah. The fact that you even had to ask.
I love how your can just goes upside down.
The whole can didn't fit in the cup, so
it's fine.
I've been topping off. Was that freshly opened when we started?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, and so, you know, because this is skinny, so
yeah,
a little bit more than half left. So
yeah.
I'm not a lush. Yes, I am. It's okay.
I don't drink very often, so
yeah.
But that makes just because it's easier than to get drunk.
Yes, this is true.
I'm cheap.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
You suggested it, so you got to start.
Okay. Okay.
As if I haven't dropped enough F-bombs today already.
Out of how did we do it last time? Because we did dads.
We just started picking characters and then picking like duos. Like, which duo would you rather be a part of?
Right. There
It
and
it
that worked
evolved
for
into like
last
would you
season.
rather.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fuck Mary. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so you need to pick 3 people.
I do.
Yeah, and then I do fuck Mary kill on them. You have to choose them. Now I remember.
Oh, okay. I meant you choose first.
Oh, okay, me choose. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
thought you
choose the
meant
people
like me
first.
go first. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, because I wasn't ready.
Oh, okay. So I'm choosing for you to
Yes.
do. All right.
We can both answer.
No,
Just
that's
keep
fine.
it
No.
lively.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just wanted to make sure I understood. Joris, Cardin, and Zoya.
Oh. Kill Cardin.
Clearly.
And then fuck Juris and marry Zoya.
Okay.
Because Juris is gonna die. Like imagine you've married him and then their prison breaks and his
Yeah.
soul is released, and then you're just kind of stuck in the middle of this like barren wasteland.
But if you could have like one good, like educational fuck
Yeah.
that would change your life,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And then Zoya's about to be queen.
Yeah. So you get to reap the rewards of that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It's like I said about my rice cooker. I'd never have to work a day in my life. Never again. I'm putting way too much faith in that rice cooker.
You're gonna be disappointed next week.
I am.
When
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
call you
"Shit,
crying.
You're like, I have so much work to do.
Yeah.
The rice cooker isn't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, what about you?
No, you choose 3. I like
Okay,
doing
well-
new mix-ups.
You mix up? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Because I think of people that it would be challenging for you to choose.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's
Yeah.
fun.
Nectus, Cardin, and Hana.
Mm. Ooh. Damn you. Okay. Well, fuck Cardin.
Okay.
Oh God.
That's my favorite part of this game is when you're like, oh, that's the easy answer. And then you're stuck with the other two and you're like,
You're
wait
like,
a second.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um marry Nectus
Okay.
and kill Han. And this is why, because Han is not my favorite part of that relationship.
Okay.
Nina is. And Han kind of seems boring.
That's
out of
fair.
the 2.
Yep, they do.
I wouldn't want to marry or fuck. Like, just doesn't seem very exciting.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah. But whereas Nectus, I feel like that's a good like marriage partner. Someone who's just like
stable.
He's stable. He knows he can smell if you've had enough nutrition or not.
Among other things. Yeah.
Like he's just there for you in that way.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
that.
sure
I
he's
like
there for you in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like that he's like I like the pampering aspect of that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cardin just seems like he'd be like real fun.
He does.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Fun for a good time, not a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
He seems like he'd be a little whiny bitch after a while. So we'll just tap that, move on.
We'll leave Jude to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah, Nikolai, and Niktos.
Oh. Okay. Hmm.
I already know who you're gonna kill.
This is rude.
What?
This is rude. The fact that you're making juicy sauce.
I know.
I'm gonna kill Nikolai.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
buddy.
I know.
Poor little buddy.
Yeah, poor little guy. Um,
Hmm.
so then I guess I'll fuck Serafina and then marry Nyktos.
Hmm. Why, pray tell?
Maybe I just want to have power. Because the
Mm.
last time I chose the queen to marry,
You're
but like lazy power, like I don't
like
have to do
consort
anything.
power.
Yeah, like consort power.
So you're gonna fuck Sarah and be like, move on.
Yeah,
And
she
take
learned
her
how to have
place.
sex from like the high-end escorts, like the good
Yeah,
ones, the
that's
ones
true.
that like kings and lords go to. I might learn a thing or two.
Yeah. And then yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Whereas like Nyktos is so he leaves sometimes. I could use that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind somebody that just like occasionally just like leaves me to
Takes
my own
off.
devices. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like someone who knows how to give you space and also how not to give you space.
Yes. Yes.
He knows okay. He knows when he know he, I was thinking about your comment earlier, like he knows how to get Jesus out.
How to not leave room for Jesus.
Yeah. He knows
Yeah.
how to squeeze Jesus out of the equation.
Yes. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We need some
Lock
Jude. Okay.
the Darkling.
Oh, we're going back a season.
No, the Darkling was in Rule of Wolves.
Oh yeah. It was okay.
So Locke the
Oh,
Darkling,
yeah. Okay.
and then the stepbrother Prince. What was his name?
Oh yeah.
Tavius.
Ooh. Oh. You're making this real difficult in like a worser way.
In a worse way. Yeah.
You're like giving me this.
How low are you willing to stoop, Bethany?
Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Are you like drawing out like the pros and cons?
I'm like well, so the Darkling isn't that bad, right? Like I didn't watch Shadow and Bone, so I don't know
Okay,
the gravity.
Yeah.
So I'm like just trying to choose if I should kill or fuck Locke or Tavius. Okay, I'll kill Tavius.
I was gonna say I feel like that's an easy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Once you like say it out loud.
I'll kill Tavius. Okay, I'll actually fuck the Darkling and I'll marry Locke and just like lock him in a room.
Nice. I like that.
I'll just be the one that's like, no, you don't get to say that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll like control everything he does.
Good.
It'll be annoying, but I could do it.
You
because
could
this
do it
is
as like a
what you've given me.
yeah. Like a controlling, but also like fuck him up. Be an asshole to him. Retribution for Jude.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe he'd be like a good hate fuck too.
He might be.
Yeah. Time will tell.
This is real. So yeah, I mean you'll have to get back to me on that.
Like in our marriage.
Yeah.
Our marriage bed.
I don't know how you're gonna break it to Milo, but
Fuck. Okay.
Do you
Okay.
need a tissue?
No. I need you to choose.
Okay.
I don't have everyone on my list. We need to put Jude in the equation though.
Okay.
Oh, my husband Milo is home. Okay. Jude.
Okay.
Give me a minute here. Oh.
We can also reuse people.
Yeah, we can reuse people. Thank you.
Just try not to reuse like more than one per thing.
Jude, Locke. I'm gonna do all one book. How's that? And
Okay.
Taran.
Oh.
No, I'm not gonna do that because you'll kill her. That's easy.
Okay, Jude, Locke.
And Nina.
Nina?
Mhm.
Okay.
You gotta type it out.
No, I'm pulling up a character name for my next one. Okay. I'm gonna kill Locke. That's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to fuck Jude and marry Nina.
Yeah. Same.
Nina seems like a stronger long-term partnership. Plus, I think it's like really cool that like her powers are really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it. Yeah. I like Nina's the kind of person that I would want to be the dead person she brings alive to like kill her enemies, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, I'm there for you.
I'd be like, tell me where to go, mom. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Jude seems like she'd be fun, but again, like long term, just so much back and forth, so much like flip flopping. I wouldn't be able to keep up.
She's not
I'm
stable.
too old for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do one more each.
Yes. Okay. Jude, Nina, Nectus.
Nectus.
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't
Jude.
think too hard about it.
I know. Jude, Nina.
Nina, Nectus.
God damn you. I can't do it. Because first you're like, okay, who would I kill? And you're like, oh, I can't kill any of them. Okay, who would I marry? And then you're like, I'd probably marry Nectus again.
Okay.
I just like Nectus as a marriage partner.
He's definitely like husband material.
No. Okay, no, I'd fuck Nectus. Yeah. Marry Nina, kill Jude. Jude is, like you said, Jude is like, she's a great person to be, not a great person to be with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So Nina would be my marriage partner. Nectus would be who I,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay, let's Maddox. Let's keep going, Bethany.
and Maddock. There you go.
Maddock, Zoya, Nyctos.
Nyctos or Nectus?
Nyctos.
Nyctos. Okay. I'm going to kill Maddock
Hmm.
because he's the only one of that group that's like also has evil in him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. But he
But
does.
it's there. Yeah.
It's there, yeah. And then I'm going to fuck Zoya and marry Nyctos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Zoya seems like she'd be fun.
Yeah, she does. And she also seems like she'll be the easier one to like leave behind and ghost. Like she'll
Yeah.
ghost you first.
Yeah. Like you don't. She seems like too much drama to like keep around.
Well, and she like it also seems like if I were to walk up to her later and be like, look, like this just isn't like that was just a one-time thing, she'd be like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No problems there. Whereas like Nyctos would think about you for the next millennia.
And you'd be so into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
want him to be
think
obsessed with me.
Nyctos has just won our hearts. So
He has 100%.
mm-hmm.
He's such a big baby. I love him.
I know.
Yeah.
I love okay, real quick. I
Yeah.
do think there is a hard line between creating like I said, like, oh, he's like simple but complicated. And I
Mhm.
love that he's complicated because he's a brooder. He also knows what he wants.
Mhm.
He's also a virgin.
Yeah. Not
Like,
anymore, but
he's
yeah.
also incredibly powerful. Like there's
Yeah.
all of these like extremes, dichotomies. Like he's so not a predictable like
Yeah.
male. You know? So
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Especially because he's supposed to be something above a god. He's a primal.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that
And
word.
Yes,
I love
same.
that it's called
And
a
so it
primal.
does completely turn on its head, or like I guess subvert that expectation you have of somebody who's a primal.
Mhm.
Even Sarah, like that's a big thing for her is she does not even expect this god who claims to be a virgin to be the one that she's the consort for.
Mhm.
And she gets so obsessed with the fact that he showed up, took one look at her, and was like, I don't want it. And so, like, she created this whole idea in her head
Yeah.
of like who he was and the expectations that he had as a person or like
Mhm.
as an individual. When in reality, what it was like a very human kind of, he doesn't want to be.
He doesn't want to take.
Yes, he doesn't want to take. He doesn't want to be like
He wants
the
to be
lord
chosen.
over somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love too. I know it's so hard not to like compare it to Poppy and Castile, but I guess like Sarah's kind of this. Sarah doesn't have quite a distinct like character, and I don't mean that in like a bad way. I just think she's almost the vessel from which we discover who Nyctos is.
Yeah.
You know, whereas I feel like Poppy had a really strong like whole motif. Like she had like a whole journey she had
a
to
lot
like go
to do
through.
with the fact that like we see Poppy coming out of her maiden
Mhm.
identity, whereas with Sarah we get like we get the prologue, which is like the night that Nyctos rejects her
Mhm.
as consort, and then it just jumps ahead to 3 years later where like her family ignores her. Her mom very actively tells her that she's like a waste of space and she's just seeking problems. She can kind of just escape from the palace and nobody even notices, even though she's like the rightful heir. She is the
Yeah.
princess.
Yeah. So it's almost like she's this unassuming kind of
Yeah. She's kind of invisible. Like she's,
mhm,
for better or worse, she's become this like mirror to the people around her. But the funny thing is she has such a firmer grasp of her own self. And I think it's because we're not seeing her discover that for herself. She's already figured it out, that it feels maybe slightly less concrete, or not concrete. It feels slightly less apparent, like in your face,
it's not
bright as it does
it's
with
not
Poppy.
spelled out for us because we're not watching it happen. It's already
Yeah,
happened.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the things we had talked about too, is just like how much firmer she is in her sense of self and her knowledge in the things around her. Um, yeah, I love that about her.
Yeah.
There's no question for her of who she is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Until later when she finds out that killing Nyktos would not have freed the people from the rot.
Yeah.
But even then, like, she doesn't lose her sense of self. She just loses like her direction.
It's making me angry that the book's not coming out for another like, year.
Same. It's fine. We've got the War of Two Queens in a few months.
Yeah, we've stirred all that shit up again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, now we have to wait.
I will go cry myself to sleep tonight. It's fine.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We'll both be reading that scene tonight now. The horse shout.
I just might. Actually, so I had Taylin get the book and read it. So she took it with her when she went to Phoenix over the holidays, and her mom has this like cabin up in, I think it's like Prescott or something, out in Arizona. She left it at their cabin.
No.
Yeah, so now she's got my ebook, I think like a month later now, so she can hopefully finish it soon.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it.
Yes.
And then it'll all come up again.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
And she had only, when she left it there, she'd only read up to the point that was like after their first encounter. So after they kissed in the walkway, and then she stabbed him in the chest. So she read as far as like him saying, "Why didn't you look around?" And she's like, "Why did you sneak up on me?" And he's like, "Why did you just stab me?"
That's pretty early. Yeah.
Yeah. She really only read like the first few chapters.
Scene. Yeah.
I love how he was also like, if you knew who was around, you wouldn't have stabbed me. And she's like, "No, I probably would have."
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, getting to talk to somebody else who's just reading it fresh is also fun again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so ending announcements.
We have a book club coming up where Melissa and I are going to be talking about A Court of Thorns and Roses series. We will get together, get everyone on the same page on January 29th, and then February at some point we will meet once a month. We have it at a really comfortable reading schedule to cover the whole series over the year. So we're going to be reading lots of fairy smut and talking about it and reading about it
and talking
about it.
Clearly, well, with you guys,
3 drinks in. Yes.
Yeah, we're great at promos now.
Yes.
Yeah, so we want to talk to new readers, people rereading, everyone and anyone. You can join us at any point too. So if you can't make it, like, I know a lot of people are just starting school again. So if you just started the semester and you're like, oh, dang, I want to join this, but I can't do the commitment right now, join us during the summer. Like, we're going to have this open all year. You're open to join us anytime.
Yeah.
And if you want, like, you can join. You don't even have to be there for every meeting if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But like, because it's going to be a Discord as well. Like, the conversations are always going to be open.
Yeah.
So this is just a space for us to get together and gush.
And gush and chat about it. Like, yeah. I'm excited.
Me
to
too.
revisit this series. I read it during the pandemic in 2020, and it kind of brought me into the YA world. And it's been very good for me.
I'm excited to discover Bethany's gateway drug,
Which is,
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
yeah, it is my gateway drug, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I get really obsessive, and I appreciate Melissa sticking with me, because there's nothing worse than someone telling you, "Have you seen the show?" And you're like, "No." And you're like, "Oh my God." And then like you don't want to watch it because you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like the you know, there's so
Yeah.
so much sensation around it that you're just like, whatever, it's not original anymore, right? Like, and so you've bore with me this long. Like,
It's easy. You make it very easy.
Oh, I'm glad. No, yeah. So I'm excited because we're going to be starting with Crescent City next year.
Yes.
Next season.
Oh God, it's 2022.
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm already getting excited to read that. So yeah, we're gonna be reading tons of Sarah J. Maas this year, so it'll be fun. But yeah, so join us on the book club. Go to our link tree, sign up, and we will give you the Discord link, and you guys can join us. It'll be super fun.
All right, so that is the end of season 2, which is crazy.
End of season 2.
Yeah. I just double checked. You can catch us the very, very beginning of March for the beginning of season 3. In the meantime, yeah. In the meantime, check out our Instagram, In Bed or at In Bed with Books Pod. Check out our YouTube where we have visual versions of the episodes. Where else can they check us out? I don't know. Please tell them.
The website, inbedwithbookspod.com.
Oh, yeah.
And we're actually on TikTok, BTW. I just started like sharing stuff on TikTok. But I think it's just at In Bed with Books. So
cool.
Yeah, if you're on TikTok, give us a follow and yeah. Enter the giveaway to get a Shadow in the Ember.
Shadow in the Ember.
Yes, seriously. Yeah. Melissa has it. It's beautiful and you need it.
It is. I won't get it right now because I have headphones on.
Yeah.
But it exists.
In the room you're sitting in.
It's within 6 feet of me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, during the break, we're just going to be chilling and
see us on Instagram.
So
mostly.
Until next season, Melissa.
Until next season. Happy reading.
Bye.
Bye.
And he's there in the room,
mm-hmm.
licking wounds and making sure people eat and telling them they smell like cum.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, sorry, that was gross.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So
I mean, he's looking out for everyone. I like that.